that Pitt brought in this offseason. Dazjon Casto, 5-5. NCAA qualifier from the SoCon to the ACC for Casto. And the high-flying, always electrifying Bryce Andonian. Just 4 matches. He made a triumphant return to the dual schedule last week. Sent this crowd into a frenzy as he put up 20-plus. His win against NC State. And it's Scott. Here comes Andonian up a weight for the first time in his career at 157 this year.
And fans at home, if you don't know about Dazjon Casto, he beat Austin O'Connor in the NCAAs last year. And Bryce Andonian has yet to beat Austin O'Connor.
Andonian had the near misses with O'Connor in the ACC championship. Andonian, a 3-time ACC runner-up. It's to Tariq Wilson last year in the finals, twice to O'Connor before that. Turning All-American for Virginia Tech, placed 3rd last year in Detroit.
2 things I've noticed already. They scouted Bryce Andonian because Bryce Andonian starts matches off, he'll shoot a double, not trying to really get a double, but to come up to look for a throw, and they had it scouted. And then when he goes in over and under, Dazjon Casto put his hand down to the mat to prevent an upper body throw. So they're aware of what Bryce Andonian is capable of doing, but Bryce Andonian has a lot more up his sleeves.
A lot of experience when you look at Casto. 4 years at the Citadel, was a 4-year starter, a SoCon champion last year at 157. Wanted an opportunity to wrestle back in the state of Pennsylvania. As you see the reshot from the transfer as he's in deep, as we've seen time and time again, positions where Andonian just excels, and he has Casto in some trouble. Repositions.
Oh, he readjusted. Really nice there. Real nice adjustment. Good fight by Dazjon Casto. Just like last week, start off 6-0. And this is just like deja vu, Sean. He started off 6-0, and then the second time he threw a cradle. He was trying to do a cradle, a far side cradle.
And keep in mind, this whole exchange started with a pretty good reshot by Casto, where he was in a good position to get the 2. But again, when you wrestle a guy like Andonian, so unorthodox with his style, he just turns the slimmest margins of error into offense. As you see him try to hook up a cradle here late in this first period, trying to work his grip methodically underneath. Casto extend his legs and knees and break the grip there for Andonian. Short time wrestling, 10 seconds to go.
Use him or lose him.
Very typical of Bryce Andonian. Looks like a good position, locking right at the edge, but what does he do? He rolls him through, and then he comes out on top and keeps the leg. You see, he kept the leg, and that's when he started to get the swipes to get a full allotment of back points.
Only 4 matches wrestled so far this year for Andonian. He injured his foot right before the start of the season. He returned, wrestled 3 matches at the Purple Raider Open, and then the return last week in front of a record-setting crowd, nearly 6,000 strong inside Castle Coliseum, and man, did he ever put on a show. Quick escape, up 7-0 on Casto.
Get out of them. Standard finger locks.
When you fight off your back in any period, it's really draining. And so we're going to find out how much strength and conditioning Casto has. Because we know that Bryce Andonian is going to keep the pressure, and he's going to look for falls. Now, you may have heard the coach say 1 minute cheese. That's the nickname of Dazjon Casto. They call him Cheese.
Both wrestlers create action in the center.
Casto's a big 57-pounder. He was 165 for the first 3 years at the Citadel, and he's going to try to use some of that size here, but Andonian has the leg, trips him up, and gets the takedown, up 9-0.
Oh, you.
He kind of banged his head a little bit. He paused for a little bit. When he tried to roll, he landed on his head, and if you looked, he kind of tried to shake it off. Similar to what was happening at 49 with Caleb Henson, and looking to do a head lever and then going right to an armbar.
Does not look like Andonian is going to be able to muster any type of turn toward the end of the second period. So he gets to his offense just once after the quick escape, able to find his offense late in the period.
He keeps the leg high, trips, and this is where he tried to roll on his head and kind of banged his head a little bit. Doesn't matter. It's college wrestling. It's a tough sport.
Yeah, you could clearly tell that Casto was stunned a little bit. Start on the feet. They go neutral here in this third period. Andonian already in bonus point territory. And again, keep in mind, if you're new to college wrestling, bonus points, when we refer to that, a major decision worth 4, a technical fall, 15 points or greater. The match score, that's worth 5. And we saw Pitt pick up a 6 to start the festivities tonight with a fall. So that's what Andonian is in search of here. Virginia Tech trailing 12-4.
Got Stalin red, 1 green, 2
man.
takedown, green.
That was so clean. So at this point, Bryce Andonian's looking for a tech fall.
Neutral, 1 red.
Looking for a tech fall.
We're neutral. Work center,
And this is the point
center.
where Casto has to find something inside himself to keep this
Both
to
wrestlers improve.
just a major decision. He has to find something in himself to say, I'm going to keep this to a major decision and not give up a tech fall. Now, at this point, usually Bryce Andonian likes to sit to the side and hit to a cradle.
Head to the inside shot here by Casto. Clamp down on the left leg of Andonian, and we'll get a stalemate in 32 seconds.
So either Bryce Andonian has to get a takedown to near falls, or got to get 2 takedowns and an escape and try to get the tech fall.
Well, twice in a row we've seen that straight-on double by Andonian, countered by the underhook of Casto. Andonian now tries to go upper body, and he takes him down for 2.
Hey, one more, Bryce.
Does he have enough time to get a turn? He does not. You see Andonian slap the mat in frustration, but still a double-digit point effort. Tony Roby used to seeing this from Bryce Andonian, and looking very, very solid, very Andonian-like after the preseason injury as he starts to get some traction here in late January.
You're looking good. Not wasting time, doing what he does, and that score a lot of points. It's the first takedown here. He hooks the leg, and then he gets the first set of near fall to get up 6-0. And then he finishes it high, and then continues to dominate throughout the match. Way to go, Bryce Andonian.